The Magpies come back to the BLGFA this week after a 2-week rest, but their task upon return is as tough as it gets as they get set to take on an undefeated Lions outfit at the Den. It's South Gawler hosting Tanunda Magpies live and free on Filming Footy for your Round 9 BLGFA match of the round. My name is Lewis McKenna. Also got Brandon on the camera, and as you can see on your screen, it's pissing down. It is, the rain has certainly not gone away as expected here at South Gawler Oval. It's lingered around throughout most of the afternoon during the Colts games and, of course, the reserves game. Went away for the second half of the reserves game, but just in the last 10 minutes or so has really come back in and taken over. Shocking weather. Ground's in pretty poor nick as well. Even South Gawler themselves would agree with that. They tried to keep off the deck throughout the week just to keep them ground in as best nick as they possibly can, but you can see on your screen that it's fairly muddy all the way around, like other grounds around. Obviously, the middle cricket pitch area has copped a fair bit of grief, but then also the wings and the forward 50s also in a muddy situation. Of course, these two sides coming in, South Gawler 7-0, sitting in first spot after finishing the season in 2025 8-8. They look to match their win total from the previous year. Just halfway through the season with a win today. Tanunda have got a lot of outs though. 6 changes from their game 2 weeks ago against Williston. Parker, Riley, Schultz, Thompson, Rossi and Morris come in. Peter Rossi's first game of A-grade footy. And 6 out. Hockless, Brewer, Voigt, Doherty, Roth and Linky. The umpires hold it up. We get this game underway. 2 rucks go at it. Falkenberg gets the tap down and we get an immediate stoppage. The umpires here today, Hudson Nowak, Nigel Toner, John McGann, as it gets tapped straight away, getting onto it first and unable to get the handball out. Boundary umpires here as well, Mason Coombe, Hayden Ummersbach and Lewis Sander. As we get another stoppage, Lewis Cowham trapped underneath. And don't get too used to those clean Guernseys in the middle. They won't be clean for long. Try to get a hack out of the contest, and we're going to see a lot of this. May takes it, tackled quickly by Ryan Marini. And a stoppage. In the middle of the contest once again, Peter Rossi was there. In fact, that was O'Leary Chen, reading the wrong team. And Gurney hands it back to the umpire. Falkenberg gets the tap down, drops straight down to his bootlaces and wrapped up in a tackle, Noah Schultz. And once again, Sam Colquhoun straight out of the middle and straight into the mud pit, into the pigsty in the middle of South Gawler Oval. The ball picks up a bit of the mud on the way. It gives an opportunity here for the Magpies to go inside forward 50 for the first time. Lowering the eyes and looking for a target, getting a few players jump up at it. Now moving out towards the boundary and eventually trickling over. Umpire will throw it in. In fact, it's actually a free kick to Matt Pryor. So Pryor pops one up towards the goal square, dangerous position. Gets knocked down. Oh, and still a chance here. They're going to pop it through. Adam Schiller in for the first goal of the afternoon. The Maggies on the board first on the Sportal scoreboard. And his first goal of the season as well in just his 3rd A-grade game this year. So 1 straight 6 for Tanunda. South Gawler yet to get an inside 50. Thank you for joining us here on your Saturday afternoon. The sky is starting to clear a little bit here at South Gawler, so hopeful the rain stays away. And we get a look at a little bit of dry weather footy, even though the turf is holding up some fair bit of moisture at the moment. And once again in the ruck, getting knocked down this time by Lachlan Arnold and wrapped up immediately. Lockie Arnold, good to have South Gawler, very happy to have him back, of course. 4 games in the SANFL this year as well, as Falkenberg gets the tap down. Holloway gets to it first. Pushed away by Sam Colquhoun. And another stoppage, it looks like. right in the middle of the pig sight. Go again. Gets knocked down. Holloway trying to break through. Really clean pick up in the mud as well. Gets the hands away. Bo Ryan just getting it away in time. A few cries of holding the ball and maybe had a case there. Pat White will give it back to the umpire. Arnold taps it down. Cowham just dribbles one off the boot. Pops one out into space and lets the runners do the rest of the work. Fielke gets the handball off and now ball into loose space. Had Cowham short, decides to drop a ball inside forward 50. Shillabeer was there, getting hung on to, and he'll get a set shot at goal. The Maggies looking to go bang bang. Darren Shillabeer, it's not exactly the weather he'd prefer. 14 goals on the season, just the 4 games for Kapunda. Even more impressively, he's kicked 20 goals for the Miners in the Roxby Footy League. Of course, a FIFO worker. Pops one through. So Tanunda go back-to-back to get the game underway in trying tough conditions as the rain does start to dissipate a little bit here at South Gawler. So his 15th goal of the season. I was having a look into some of his numbers on his Play HQ. Of course, usually pretty good at giving us pretty accurate numbers. 1,023 goals make that across his entire playing time. 942 of those in senior footy. So potentially later this year, if not early next year, we'll be clocking up 1,000 senior goals, Darren Shillabeer. Of course, previously with the Barossa District Bulldogs in the BLG, he's plied his trade in many leagues across South Australia. He's trying to hack it away there, Jaden Gurney, and quickly wrapped up in a tackle. A Sportal scoreboard, 2 straight 12 to Tanunda as Holloway tries to hack it out and held on to. So free kick going the way of South Gawler here. Haven't had an entry inside forward 50 yet. Gurney pops it over the top. Looking for O'Leary Chen. May was sitting in the way. Cowan was there. Guilfoy tried to hack it off the deck. And now Gurney will take it and crack it inside forward 50. Believe it was touched off the boot. So Tanunda have to move quickly. Grieve. And now back inside. Gurney's been busy. And a good mark taken. Marcus Barreau. So repeat inside forward 50s there, particularly from Jaden Gurney. Gives South Gawler an opportunity to respond. Marcus Barreau making his return to his homeland. Previously played a full A grade season in 2016. Made one game return last year, but plied his trade in the SANFL. 76 state league games and splits the middle, just has the distance required as well. And they respond pretty quickly, South Gawler. 1 straight 6. 2 straight for Tanunda. We just saw a fairly inaccurate game in the reserves as well. 3-15-33 South Gawler defeating Tanunda 1-8. Already better accuracy from the A-grade side. But I should shout out South Gawler's under-15 side and their under-17 side, who kicked 16 goals, 399, and 17 goals, 6-108 respectively. So given the condition of the ground, pretty impressive from those two sides. Umpires bring it right back into the middle. Tapped down by Arnold, but not really to any of his midfielders' advantage. Responds well with the tackle and another stoppage. Go back into the middle. Gurney hunting it. Getting tackled quickly by Louis Cowham. We're going to see a lot of this. Some of the hardest workers out there today are going to be the umpires hurling the ball up repeatedly as a big fist coming from Lockie Arnold straight into the lap of Jack May. Right on the edge of the centre square, another stoppage. Trying to tap it out was Hart. Arnold takes it straight out and hacks it over towards Barreau. Just beats him, gets a bad bounce. Gilchrist there, one-on-one up against Rune Guilfoy. And now an opportunity. Lower the eyes inside forward 50. Has his captain in Jackson Press. Thwarted away well. Dougal Grieve was there and called for holding the ball on the boundary. Held up well defensively, Tanunda. They get a chance to clear their back line. They go long down the line, right in front of our commentary position. Pryor in front, gets knocked down. Barrow will just wobble the ball back inside forward 50 and sitting underneath it, able to take a good mark in defence. The Maggies thought about going up the corridor, will pop a ball out wider and thumped over the boundary. Elijah Murch. So boundaries to hurl it back in. Tight arm wrestle to get us underway in the first few minutes. Thank you for joining us here on your Saturday afternoon for your BLGFA match of the round. Gurney wrapped up by Hart. Tap down. Marini was there. Tackles. And once again, another stoppage. Louis Cowham in the thick of it. We're going to see a lot of this. Arnold pops it straight down, picked up immediately by Calhoun.
Hardy, this way.
Players falling down around the play here. Arnold gets the handball out, and now Pisani wobbles the ball back inside forward 50, comes off hands. Now spills out the back. Oh, geez, losing it. Guilfoyle called play on. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Was spun 360. And a stoppage. Deep in attack here for South Gawler. Knocking it straight down and immediately collected in the tackle. Trying to rip the ball away was Holloway. 10 minutes gone here in this first quarter. Hart goes up in the ruck, gets tapped down and trying to clear out, but just kicked the ground though. Gurney gets the handball away out the back of the contest and spilling over near the boundary. Noah Schultz. So if you've just joined us, goal scorers so far was Marcus Barrow kicking the lone goal for South Gawler. It's the third goal of the contest. The first two going to Tanunda from Adam Schiller and Darren Schillerbeer. Handball out from Schultz and Tanunda try to clear. Looks like they may come straight back, but spills through the hands. And now Nash Riley down the wing. Juggling mark attempt, couldn't quite take it, but now moves it out through hands. And Pryor can pop it up towards forward 50 and just allow the runners to get onto it. South Gawler have the numbers here first. Max Kershaw is going to get there, but he's closely followed by Darren Schillerbeer. Now a one-on-one. Kershaw picking it up. Dealt with by Schillerbeer. So quick end-to-end work here for the Magpies. Stoppage in their forward pocket. Arnold taps it straight down and picking it up was Barrow. And go long to Cody Gilchrist. It's a lot further from home than he'd prefer. Goes to the pack down the line. Guilfoyle is in the right position just to thump it over the boundary. So an opportunity to thank the streaming partners, of course, who bring you this stream, Dartfish and Filming Footy, of course, and the Sportal Scoreboard. Of course, the player of the game will receive some Archie's thongs and a Filming Footy beanie. We also thank Doman & Co, UTF Trailers. And you can always catch up with all things BLGFA with Behind the Barrel, posted every Thursday night at Filming Footy's Facebook page. We go over all things BLG and BLGW. That's presented by Freeling Hotel and Mass Enterprises. It's Hart. Arnold tunnels it underneath and Holloway pops up a high ball. Guilfoyle gets a handball out the back, but it's spilled. Murch come crashing through. Picking it up and, oh geez, spun through the contest. Got a boot onto it. Did well in the end, Marley McGregor. Barrow's there at the back. Maybe didn't dispose of it right. And Colhoun puts up a high ball towards his forward 50 arc. May comes through with a fist. Bo Ryan's there. Quickly jumped on top of Ryan Watson. Now the players are starting to get a bit muddier. Hart, right down. Ryan gets to it and pops his right peg into it and just gets any distance he possibly can. Working to it first and getting a good handball away. Now Schiller tried to get a boot onto it. It was cleaned up and good tackle in the end. South Gawler defending well. Looking to play on. Holloway moves it back through hands, and now a little chipping ball to Ryan is good. Bo Ryan returned from the Central District Bulldogs, of course, with Marcus Barreau in the off-season. Finds Joel Holloway. Moves across to Lockie Arnold. Had Bart short. Bart just said goes to the bench. And Arnold can send one up right in front of our commentary position. Press coming through. Nikolai thumping it over, and also there was Bailey Smith. As the skies have well and truly cleared here at South Gawler. Hart gets the tap down straight away, nearly to the lap of the umpire. Getting to it first and trying to pick it up. Did well in the end there, Anthony Bullock. And goes over the boundary right into the Tanunda coaching contingent. And Colquhoun pops one up towards Cowham. Didn't quite read it in time. Taking the intercept mark with Thorpe. Bailey Thorpe, who played in the Northern Territory Footy League with Palmerston as well. Goes down the line looking for Gurney, just off of his fingertips. Tanunda trying to claim that it was out on the full. I think it was a fair effort there from Jaden Gurney. Gurney, who's been busy in this game so far. Held in, Falkenberg. O'Leary Chen's there as well. Sitting underneath it, Aidan Nikolai, and another stoppage. Of course, South Gawler have 3 home games in a row, this the second of which. Tap straight down, Watson trying to break through the contest. Getting a handball underneath, I believe that was the debutant of Peter Rossi. And now a wobbling ball up. Marini getting there first, couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. And sitting underneath the contest. That's Tom Lewis. Falkenberg gets the handball out, and Cowham will just get any distance he possibly can. Picked up well by Pryor and shirks a couple, lowers the eyes towards forward 50. McGregor was there, couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. Does well to work off his opponent. Still with it here, McGregor. If he can eventually pick it up, he's a chance. He's not. And hacked off the ground towards goal. Maybe just through for a minor score. Coming off the boot of Lachlan Morris. The first solitary behind of the day. 2-1-13 on the Sportal scoreboard. 1 straight 6 for South Gawler. As they go down the line, the mark's been taken. Good mark from O'Leary Chen. Just sends a 40-metre ball down the line. Gurney had a couple cracks at it, couldn't quite reel it in. G's dropped the ball, should be holding the ball. Called play on. Umpire was blindsided. And a stoppage. Falkenberg, straight down, all sliding in almost dangerously there was Noah Schultz. We get another stoppage. At least the umpire's been consistent. Falkenberg, Watson couldn't quite get it and collected high on the initial contact. Maybe smart there, Jaden Gurney, to whip the head back. Timed it to perfection. He tries to just perfectly weight a kick to Callum Hall. Couldn't quite hang on to it. And just hacked off the ground by Louis Cowham. Gurney picks it up once again. And perfect fend off on Jack May. And wobbles the ball up. But intercept mark taken by Roon Guilfoy. Short ball. And now mark's taken by Cowham. Jack May couldn't quite get the distance required. And just pushed himself in the tackle from Callum Hall. And another stoppage, centre wing. Umpire had some words to say to Jack May about the way he received the ball back, I believe. Falkenberg taps it over his head, but South Gawler just have to wobble a ball up any way they possibly can. Sitting underneath it was Pisani. Unable to take clean possession. Wobbled out the back. Hamish Martin getting there first. Puts his head over the footy. South Gawler did well not to give away a free kick. So once again, Falkenberg having a pretty good game in the ruck so far. Pretty much going it alone. Occasional hit-outs from Lucas Hart. He's going to have a big task ahead of him today, of course, a stoppage-heavy contest. Gets tapped down by Nikolai over the back. May picking it up. That's not really to his teammates' advantage as Hall wraps up Cowham in a tackle. Once again, another tap down from Falkenberg. Gurney, spun around, got to the ground, and umpire says, geez, he maybe didn't have prior opportunity. Umpires are doing a brilliant job, no doubt about it, but maybe they're letting the whistle go as there is a free kick paid here to Falkenberg. So no harm done for the Magpies. Falkenberg, high ball up, sitting underneath it. It's coming back the same way. Couldn't quite take it cleanly. Now Gurney, once again, Guilfoy hacking it out. Colhoun picking it up and just wobble a torp inside forward 50. But sitting in the hole is Pat White, taking an intercept mark. He'll switch right over the other side. It hasn't gone over that far side too much here already through the first 20-odd minutes of this game. Handball comes out. And now ball spills free. Underneath it is Rossi. Picking it up, Pisani. Martin with the tackle. And he wins himself a free kick. Hamish Martin. Long down the line, Pryor. And another free kick here paid to the Maggies. Matt Pryor. 74 Sample League games for the Doggies. Goes inside forward 50. Schillerbeer was underneath it. Falls down to their feet and immediately tackled, unable to go anywhere. Tanunda threatening. Falkenberg taps it straight down. Gurney couldn't pick it up cleanly, but White could. Gets the handball out. Gurney just has to try and get it anywhere on his boot. Still in danger here. Pryor's there as well. And now an attempt at goal just saved in the end for South Gawler, through for a minor score. So South Gawler clear to the outer side. Gets knocked down in front. Comes out the back and Douse was there. Gone out of bounds, out on the full, so the Maggies will get it back. Go back where it came, looking for a target inside forward 50, but a good intercept mark taken by Josh Whitwer. Sends one up towards the pack. Falkenberg, hacked straight out by Gurney. High ball up to a one-on-one. Smith does well to bring it to ground. And now right in the middle of South Gawler Oval, Gurney will hack one up into space and right ahead of all the players. They'd all been sucked up into one half of the ground. Barreau's there in a 1-on-2 now. Has to get to work against Douse, and he picks up the ball. Has a crack at goal, waiting for the bounce. What sort of bounce is he going to get? Oh, what a ripper. A brilliant goal put through from Marcus Barreau. He kicks his second of the game. He had to go on a 1-on-2 against Tanunda, and he got it done, of course, the former Dog. And they've done pretty well there, South Gawler, to bring the margin back to 2. 2 straight, South Gawler. 2-2 for Tanunda on the Sportal scoreboard. And that is a ripping goal from Marcus Barreau. Certainly a contender for the goal of the week on Behind the Barrel. We look at all of those tomorrow. A chance to thank South Gawler sponsors as well. All equipment hire, custom conveyancing, customised pest control, Press Building Solutions, Macca's Gawler, Elders Real Estate, Kingsford Hotel, Giannato Family Hotels, SA Removal and Freight, McGain Filkey, and Engineering Surveys. As the ball does spill free for a brief moment. And the umpire will reel it back in. Hart now switching the ruck. And Arnold punches it forward. Gurney. And quick 1-2. And now back inside forward 50. Intercept mark taken here for the Magpies. Played on. So now it's to get to work. Press was closing. And did really well to find a target in Will Parker. Oh, geez, just got some disposal away. Pisani picking it up and now moving it back through Arnold. Oh, gee, danced well through the middle of the corridor and now back inside forward 50. Gilchrist should get to it first and gets a kind bounce. Has pressed back, turns back the other way, goes to his knees, gets it off to Holloway. Back inside the corridor, they can raffle it here, South Gawler. And geez, they burnt one there. There was really not much pressure on them at all. Gurney wasn't sure whether to take it or leave it for his teammate. As underneath it, Barreau was there, spills out the back, Colhoun finds a target down the line to Shillabeer. That was an opportunity for South Gawler. Down the line, and an intercept mark taken for Bailey Thorpe. Chips the ball wide. Just surveying their options here at the moment. They'll come long down the line. In fact, they'll go a little bit more into the corridor. Hall sitting underneath it, couldn't quite hang on to it. Barreau's there. And the siren beats them all to bring this first quarter to a close. 2 straight 12 for South Gawler. 2-2-14. Entertaining first quarter of footy. Don't go anywhere. Second quarter coming right up. Second quarter about to get underway here at South Gawler, and the ground is exactly how it looks, completely chewed up. It's copped a fair bit of footy studs throughout the day. Of course, this is the second of 3 home games in a row for South Gawler, right in the guts of winter, and it's certainly looking like it. And it's been an arm wrestle of a contest this first quarter, 2 goals apiece. We'll go over some of the scores around the grounds as well for blgfa.com.au in a moment. But if you want to check them out, you can go on the website and have a look. There's a good mark taken. There's Pisani, good smother as well, right through the middle of the ground. Geez, you saw that mud splash up. Pisani got a mouthful of it. There's Arnold now inside forward 50. And Pack converging close to the boundary, trying to keep it in. Bailey Smith picking it up. Gilchrist got the handball out. Nikolai getting onto it. Bo Ryan, boundary line, beats him. So hurled in. Holloway picking it up. Watson spills out the back of the contest. Colhoun there with a tackle. Spins him around once. Didn't quite have an arm free. Umpire will take it back. So the goal scorers in this game, Marcus Barreau with both goals for South Gawler. 1 each for Adam Schiller and Darren Schillerbeer. There's a high ball up. Sitting underneath it, couldn't quite hang on. Spills out the back, and Marcus Barreau not able to get any purchase. As Douse is wrapped up. Tap down, Falkenberg picking it up and immediately wrapped up Cowham. Arnold tries to work his body into Falkenberg and does well in the end, gets the handball back to Marini, and now Ryan shirks the contest and wobbles the ball just inside forward 50, and a bounce to Trainer allows him to clear. Ryan with a huge fist just over the boundary. As the sun starts to break through here at South Gawler, a welcoming sight for the players and the commentators, to be fair. Trying to keep all my paperwork dry. Falkenberg, dribbling ball down the line. Holloway, trying to spin through the tackle. Geez, took on Cowham, lost it. Should be called holding the ball, and isn't. Well, if they're nothing else, the umpires here today, they have been consistent. I've seen that not be paid both ways. Gurney, handball out the back, and now South Gawler, high ball up, unable to really lower the eyes at any point with a tough physical contest this has been played in. Trainer couldn't quite get a boot on it. Good pick-up, though. Wobbled out of the back of the contest. Cowham nearly got to it first. Arnold just dribbles the ball. O'Leary Chen couldn't quite take it. And now a wobbling ball from Riley into the middle of the ground, and intercept mark being taken. Pat White finds a bit of real estate to go further down the line. And now centre wing. And we get a stoppage right in front of the South Gawler bench. Umpires to bring it in a few metres. Gets tapped down. Players converging back on the footy once again. And another stoppage. Hurled back up. Arnold in the ruck against Falkenberg once again. Tapped straight down to their bootlaces. And the ball going nowhere. Falkenberg getting the tap down and finally getting a bit of free real estate. Geez, knocked as he kicked it. Once again, diving straight on the footy. Maybe cries for kicking in danger. And wrapped up immediately in the tackle was Josh Thompson. We get what feels like our 5th or 6th stoppage in this same area in a row. Trainer was there under the contest and collected high. So a free kick here. Finally to clear the area, Falkenberg. McGregor. Pryor picking it up. Gets a handball over. White was there, diving straight on top of it. Might have to get rid of it. Schiller with a tackle. And another stoppage. Falkenberg gets the tap down. Holloway getting to it first. Maybe clipped high. Yeah, an umpire away from the play saw it. So, Holloway, who's been a fantastic player this year for South Gawler, pops one down the line. Gilchrist was sitting underneath it, clear to his hands. Gurney there as well. And a stoppage. So Falkenberg knocks it straight down and umpire will take it back again. Arnold Falkenberg and another high free kick paid, this time in the ruck contest going the way of Lockie Arnold. And a 25-metre penalty as well. Something to say to the umpire. So maybe just brings Lockie Arnold in range. He's sizing it up. 4 games this season for Port Adelaide in the SANFL. Looks like he has the accuracy, no problem at all. Not quite the distance covered now in the goal square. And a hack at goal hasn't been put through for Jackson Press. Through for a minor score. So, game now gets that little bit closer. 2-1-13 on the Sportal scoreboard. 2-2-14 for Tanunda. As Tanunda looking for some options. They go down the line looking for Lucas Hart and gets thumped over towards the boundary, dribbling close and eventually getting there. He gets tapped down. Getting there first and wrapped up immediately. Going to ground, always dangerous in the defensive 50, Will Parker, but giving away no free kick there. So 30 metres out here for South Gawler. Gurney come crashing through, couldn't quite take it. Holloway collected immediately by Martin. Spills out the back of the contest. Cowham spills out the back and another stoppage as it spills over the boundary. So hurled in, hacked out, looks like it may be close to the boundary, looking to touch it before it goes over. Whitwer gets there just in time. So the arm wrestle continues here. No goals kicked here in this second quarter. Just the 4 kick for the game as Ryan hacks it effectively off the deck, wobbling it inside forward 50. Guilfoy on top of it, umpire circling, and a stoppage. Gilchrist will go up in the ruck against Hart. Gets the tap down straight away, dangerous here for Tanunda. Bullock on top of it. Geez, was on top of it for a while as well. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Nikolai, this time in the ruck. Taps it down. Gilchrist gets there. Oh, geez, point blank range. Couldn't quite put it through. And when the opportunities are few and far between, particularly for a goal scorer like Cody Gilchrist, he'll rue that opportunity. As they look to quickly clear through Noah Schultz, Tanunda. And a good mark taken, intercept mark by Bo Ryan. Chips the ball across and allows Marini to go inside forward 50 with a long penetrating ball. Sitting underneath it, couldn't quite take the mark. Gilchrist comes out the back. An attempt at goal, sprays wide and no score registered. So 2-2-14 apiece on the Sportal scoreboard. Tanunda get a ball in. Short ball to Guilfoyle is good. They go towards the corridor, sitting underneath it, couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Cow immediately tackled. Good tackle laid by Bailey Thorpe. Some of the players retreat here for Tanunda, particularly their forwards, to try and give themselves an opportunity. Been hard here in this second quarter. Holloway took on the tackler, lost the ball, given the benefit of the doubt. Schiller tried to get the handball away. Gurney now picking it up, smothered well by Marley McGregor. And a whistle blown as Tanunda had an opportunity to go inside forward 50. Free kick's been paid to Josh Whitwer. Oh, it's Pat White. Has a bit of push and shove on the outer side as well with Schiller. They chip the ball out wide. Kershaw. In fact, that's Cam Rogers. Hall was there. Drops down in front now. Dowse can go back towards the forward half here for Tanunda. Spills out the back and a really good mark taken. So now South Gawler looking to switch. See an option right across the ground and now they can go all the way across the Whitwer, but a shocking kick. Comes off the shin just about prior, met immediately by Pat White. And the stoppage 40 from home here for the Maggies. So now, players jumping on top of the pill. They have another crack. Hart in the ruck. Going up against Arnold, and there's been a free kick paid here off the ball. In fact, not off the ball, by the umpire away from the play against Pat White. Bullock. A good kick out wide to Bo Ryan as South Gawler look to go quickly. They got free players. Marcus Barreau couldn't quite hang on to the mark, but gets it on the second attempt. Handballs it off to Hall, who goes inside forward 50. Spills out the back. Press couldn't take it. Nikolai gets the hands off. Murch with a hack around the body towards goal. Just saved before it could cross the goal line. And through for a minor score. They get the lead by 1, South Gawler. As Colquhoun plays on from the goal square. Now, ball still in dispute. Comes out, Nikolai. Colquhoun's there. Try to dribble a ball through. Comes off the shin of Barreau. And another stoppage. As the players converge on top of the footy once again. The umpires here today, Hudson Nowak, Nigel Toner and John McGann. And the boundary umpires, Mason Coombe, Hayden Ermersbach and Lewis Sander. As Barreau hacks it out of the contest, just gets 25 metres down the line. Couldn't quite hang on to the mark there. Dougal Grieve, good second effort, brings a stoppage. So we're going to have a look around the grounds for blgfa.com.au as well when we get an opportunity. If you want to keep an eye on any other scores from around the ground, the only place to get them, blgfa.com.au. Not just from the A grade, but any previous games throughout all the Colts and reserves. And of course the women's tomorrow. There's Holloway out the back. Just on his right peg off one step, tries to find press inside forward 50. Spills free, and now Marcus Barreau, he's already got 2, has a crack at goal. And through for a minor score. So peppering the goals here at the moment. So 2-4-16 now, plays 2-2-14. Tanunda yet to score in this second quarter on the Sportal scoreboard. Down the line, knocked down, Arnold was there, and now wobbled back by Nikolai. Gilchrist sitting underneath it. Guilfoyle did well to bring it to ground. Hall had a crack at it. Sitting underneath the contest there is Parker, and another stoppage. I was having a chat to Kim Underwood, their president, prior to this game. Really impressed with some of the players that Tanunda have that have played all of their playing time, junior and senior, with just the one club. Will Parker being one of those 159 games, all with the Magpies. And there's just so many more of them. They've just played so much. For Bailey Smith, another one that's just played just their entire time, all the way up from, 13s, 15s, and now all the way into A grade, and playing several seasons there as well. As Barossa back inside forward 50, finds a target, and this an easy opportunity for one of the leading goal scorers in the competition, Cody Gilchrist. He missed an easy shot opportunity from the top of the goal square a few minutes ago. This one, he has a little bit more time. 22 goals on the season. He's in career best form. Pokes at it and through for a minor score. I feel like I set him up for failure there. So unable to convert on a goal. 2-5-17 now, South Gawler. 2-2-14 on the Sportal scoreboard. But he is having a good year, Cody Gilchrist. 22 goals this season. Previously 22 last year, 21 goals in 2024 as well. There's Colquhoun from the defensive square. Looks to go down the line. Gilchrist sitting underneath it, spills out the back. Kershaw was there. Now picking it up, Bailey Filkey. Close to the boundary, a stoppage. So a look around the grounds for blgfa.com.au. It's currently Freeling up by 5 points over Gawler Central in the bottom two matchup between 8th and 9th as Colquhoun takes it out of the contest. And now a small pack forming. McGregor's there. Good mark. Should be paid a mark. Oh, he was in front. Usually paid. Wasn't on this occasion to Marley McGregor. Falkenberg spills out the back and popped on the boot immediately by Beau Ryan. He's going to wobble back towards forward 50, but sitting underneath it. Arnold did well. It was touched apparently. So now a chance. Still here for Tanunda. High ball up. Trying to take the mark, and a really good one taken by Marini. Chips the ball across to Murch. We'll go wider. And now a bit of space here for South Gawler. Trying to settle into their game plan. Leading straight at the pill was Jackson Press, their captain. Couldn't quite take it, defended well. As the Maggies look to clear their defence, Louis Cowham wrapped up. So continued look around the grounds. Freeling up by 4 points over Gawler Central at the dog track just down the road. Nuri currently up in a really close game by 1 behind. And Kapunda up by 14 points over Angaston. So you can keep up to date with all the scores. Very low scoring, very close all around the grounds for blgfa.com.au. Arnold taps it straight down. Handball over the top from Bullock, and now Murch moves it out. Marini tucked up against the boundary, has a crack at goal. Nowhere near it, out on the full. So Guilfoy will bring the ball back in. They've been a bit shaky in front of goal here in this second quarter, South Gawler. Just 5 behinds to none in this second quarter. Spills out the back, McGregor. Wrapped up immediately by Bailey Thorpe. Taking it, Falkenberg. Spills out and just hacked any which way they possibly can. Holding onto it, Thorpe, on what seemed like the 4th attempt. Short ball, and seem like they're doing this just a little easier at the moment. Finding the open player. Holloway collects the pill and goes inside forward 50. Marini couldn't take it. Guilfoy with a bit of space out the back. Opts to take the boundary. So just shy of 20 minutes gone here. Second quarter. Thank you for joining us here in your Saturday afternoon for your BLGFA match of the round, presented by Filming Footy and Dartfish, as the boundary will beat them all. As the weather definitely has subsided here for the A-grade game, which is fantastic. First bit of the first quarter, we saw a bit of rainfall. Goes over the boundary. So free kick here for Jackson Press and South Gawler. Looks to go straight away from 55 metres. Pops one up to the teeth of the goal square. Over the back, Nikolai couldn't quite take it. And spills over for a minor score. The 6th behind of the quarter for South Gawler. So handball over. And now down the line. And a good mark. The intercept mark taken by Cam Rogers. Looks to bite off the corridor. Hall just has to hack one on the boot towards forward 50. Now dribbling over in front of the club rooms. They'll hurl it back in. Deep in attack here for South Gawler once again. Falkenberg knocks it straight down. And on top of it, another stoppage. Falkenberg once again gets his hands on it first. Comes out the back of the contest, ball spilling free. And now another stoppage. Knocked straight down. Hacking out of the contest now into a little bit of space. This is where stuff can happen. Handball out. Hall maybe clip high on the start by Schiller. Umpire gives him the benefit of the doubt. Near the paint of 50. Although the paint would be fairly well covered at this point of the day. We get another stoppage. Falkenberg and Nikolai. Neither ruckman able to get too much of an advantage in that contest. And ducking into the tackle. Bullock unable to get free. Falkenberg taps it straight down again. Bullock gets a little dribbling ball out the back of the contest, top of the goal square. White just handballs it over his head, picking it up immediately and tackled. So late stages now of this second quarter. Can't expect much more time now into stoppage time. No goals kicked. And once again, the umpires may need a change of whistle at half-time. They've got a fair workout. Coming out the back now, Barrow, trying to get a clean pick-up. Comes out, Bo Ryan. Pops one up high to the top of the goal square, but taking the mark, Roon Guilfoy. Moves it out wide, Cowham. And now, Jack May. A bit of movement here for Tanunda. Good short ball, finding the debutant in Peter Rossi. Good short ball, really good kick there. Well composed as well from Rossi. It's easy to go down the line, but even better to find a target, particularly your tall key forward. Give him a bit of confidence as well as claiming the mark in front. Not sure he had first hands on it, Ryan Marini. Claims it anyway. So worked his way around, called to play on, and kicks it straight back to Sam Colquhoun. So potentially the footy gods talking. Pumps one inside forward 50. Meaningful entry here, sitting underneath it. Unable to hang on this time, Marini. Flicks out the back and now trying to move it through hands, but immediately tackled Marcus Barrow. Just outside forward 50 here. We get a stoppage. Much of the game, much of the quarter spent in South Gawler's end of the ground. Tap straight down. Ryan couldn't get any meaningful work on it. Watson did well to smother. Trainer funnels the ball forward. Pisani underneath. Spills out the back and now Ryan moves it out through hands. They go down the line to a contest. Oh, over the back. Guilfoy couldn't quite hang on. Cleaned up wide as well. And it should be a free kick and is. Pat White. In fact, it's gone back to the Maggies for tunnelling. Cowham has some options inside forward 50 if he can find them. Couldn't quite get it to Schillerbeer. Wanted it up a little higher and further. And the intercept mark taken here for South Gawler. Deep inside this second quarter. Longer down the line. Falkenberg down in front, knocks it straight down. Comes off hands and over the boundary. And there's the halftime siren. 2-6-18, 2-2-14. That scoreline paints exactly where this game is at, exactly the state of this ground is at as well. Very, very close game here at South Gawler. Don't go anywhere. Second half coming right up.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. the Macron hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory, until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Welcome back to South Gawler Oval here. Second half about to get underway. Tanunda taking on South Gawler. And I've got a special guest in the commentary box. And some, you recognise the voice, no doubt about it, if you're a fan of local footy. It's Jim Brady, or otherwise known as Anything Is Content on TikTok and Instagram, mate. Welcome to the commentary box.
Thank you very much for having me, mate.
Oh, it's good to have you out here. Of course, I got to call the Div 12 Redsies match. Of course, live streamed in partnership with Filming Footy and Marmalade a couple of weeks ago at Norwood Oval. You're a key fixture in that. We were close to giving you best on as well, mate. Of course, you're a long way away from the worst on you received a couple of years ago, unfairly in my opinion.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. That was very brutal.
Very stiff, very stiff. So, a close game here between these two sides, Tanunda and South Gawler. First versus third on the ladder.
Yeah, very tight contest so far. A bit of a mud fest out here, which can do it for some people, but probably not the players today.
Well, Tanunda are the lowest, or the best defence in the competition, comfortably have conceded the least points across the first 8 rounds. So potentially playing in their favour a little bit, but they were unable to score inside the second quarter. They were also able to hold South Gawler to just 6 behinds. So I did actually go for a walk on the ground at half time, and that outer side that they're on right now, much firmer than the broadcast side, is a short kick mark taken by Cowham. Maybe the umpire saying not quite gone far enough.
Yeah, I noticed Tanunda were lost the momentum in that second quarter, so they're looking to strangle it back here.
As Whitwer takes an intercept mark. Josh Whitwer, 28 sample games for the Adelaide Crows. Goes down the wing, one-on-one contest, perfectly weighted kick. Mark taken by O'Leary Chen. Has a couple options. Has the handball out wide and gets there now. Handball over the top. Marini, Pisani, in fact, Pat White tackled straight over the boundary by the co-captain in Bailey Smith. In fact, the sole captain today with Jackson Doherty out of the lineup.
Good pressure there from Tanunda to force a stoppage.
41.
Let's see what the umpire has got. Nice throw in.
Oh, beautiful form from the umpire as Arnold taps it straight down. Gurney gets a handball out the back. Holloway and quickly off now. Marini can wobble a ball inside forward 50, waiting for the leapers to get underneath it. Spills out the back. Gilchrist is going to get onto it first. Spills out and now press. Handballs it off. Gilchrist straight through the middle. The South Gawler get the first goal of the game since the first quarter.
Yeah, too easy there for South Gawler. They're keeping that momentum they got in the second quarter, so good start.
Yeah, they peppered at the goals in that second quarter. Just the 6 behinds coming from them. In fact, Cody Gilchrist missing a couple fairly easy opportunities. Makes good there, and Jackson Press involved as well. Jackson Press, who missed just about the whole of last year, was injured in round 6 in 2025.
Captain of South Gawler.
He is the captain, yeah, and he's just played the 2 A-grade games coming back into this one. Started off in the Redsies, but he's an under-18 representative as well for South Australia. You know a bit about that, South Australian representative.
Yeah, under 15s for me, but
not just a not just a rep either. You're the captain as well, so don't sell yourself too short. So in the mud heap, picking it up, Whitwer does well with one hand as well. Can't quite get any purchase on it. Falkenberg, the big ruckman underneath, sat on by 2 Lions. Another stoppage. Well, it's a good spot for your first commentary position, mate. You're under the marquee in a mud pit.
Just glad the rain stopped.
Absolutely. No, I do feel for South Gawler. 3 home games in a row, so haven't really had the time to allow the ground to dry up, and the rain has not stopped at all. As Cowham wobbles the ball, bit of a wobbly torp up towards their forward 50. A little bit of space here if they can compose themselves. Now spilling out the back, Shillabeer was there. Now South Gawler pick the ball up and popping a ball over the top. Douse getting to it first, Barrow, boundary line beating them both.
You guys will be looking to have a big third quarter here, I reckon, to swing the momentum back in their team's favour.
So a lot of players in this one with SANFL experience. So speaking to you off air prior to this one, Jim, it's a lot of players. When we get a break in play, maybe we can go over some of those players that come from a variety of clubs as well with SANFL experience. Of course, one of those with AFL experience as well, being the playing coach for Tanunda and Sam Colquhoun, as Hamish Martin wins a free kick here on centre wing. And drop the kick short, inside forward 50, but sitting in the hole is Lockie Arnold, one of those players who just this season has been playing for Port Adelaide in the SANFL. Moves it out wide to Whitwer, who is also another one of those with SANFL experience. Handball over the top, White, and now South Gawler rolling on the outer side of the ground, finding Press, who has a fair bit of space. Can stop and compose himself going inside forward 50. Pops one up towards the top of the goal square. Gilchrist underneath it. Nikolai juggling as well. Crashing through. Pisani was taken down without it. Nikolai spilling the ball free. Umpire says play on. Comes out. Gurney hacks at the goal. Spilling free. Couldn't quite take it. Gilchrist. And now Smith, the co-captain for Tanunda, wobbles the torp out.
Very nice torp.
Holloway, a handball over the top. South Gawler are going to get another crack at it. Bo Ryan handballs it back. Barrow wobbles the ball inside forward 50, and Tanunda just looking to thwart away any and every offensive set here from South Gawler.
Shocking kick.
Yeah, it's tricky. That ball like a bar of soap at the moment. Holloway handballing it into the corridor, trying to get back onto it. Bailey Thorpe very soft underfoot in this part of the ground. Ryan hands it off, and now inside forward 50 goes Filkey. Comes out the back, Nikolai couldn't quite hang on. Barrow, though, he's already got two. Has a crack at goal, has some space to put it through the big sticks.
Very well done there by South Gawler. Looking to really assert themselves in this quarter, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been brilliant to start this one out. Now, Sportal scoreboard reading 4-6-30 to 2-2-14. A brilliant start for this third quarter for South Gawler, and mentioned some of those players. Well, he's one of them, as we mentioned before, that's come down from the SANFL in recent seasons. 76 SANFL games for the Dogs. And, of course, Jackson Press has also played 9 SANFL games across Woodville, West Torrens and Adelaide. Pat White, he was on a few SANFL lists, but has done a lot of work in the Northern Territory Footy League as well. Cody Gilchrist was on some lists as well, and then Tanunda have 4 or 5 players that have also represented in the SANFL level. Not to mention the star of that is Sam Colquhoun, 116 SANFL games across 3 clubs.
How many AFL games you got?
16.
Beautiful.
I'm a little bit sad, Jim. I'd spend a lot of my Friday nights researching as Gilchrist takes a mark inside forward 50 and will have a chance at his second.
Yeah, I've got nothing written down here for Gilchrist. I've got 4 players with a bit of inside knowledge. I've got a few fun facts on, but I'll wait for them to get the footy.
Brilliant. I love it, and we love that you come prepared. So, Cody Gilchrist, 23 goals on the season, already bettering his outputs from the previous 2 seasons.
Bit of a wobbler.
Oh, geez, he snuck that through, not quite. Through for a minor score. So 4-7-31, plays 2-2-14 on the Sportal scoreboard.
It'd be a tough footy to grip out there with the mud and liquid on the ball, as we saw with that drop punt, attempted drop punt.
Well, it's collecting a lot of mud, obviously, through the very often muddy parts of the ground. But even when it gets on that firm outer side, it's just collecting a lot of water as well. So it's getting waterlogged at the same time. The mud will slide off it, but then it's not necessarily easier to dispose of when it's soaking wet.
Not at all.
Guilfoy wins himself a free kick. Finds Watson, couldn't quite take it cleanly. Does well with one hand, has the arm free. Umpires have been pretty consistent to not pay that holding the ball today. Oh, they have. Okay, there you go. So,
fair enough too.
Yeah, had an arm free. Whitwer surveying his options. Waits for Schiller to close. Tries to find Gurney up close. Does well to get the handball out to Bullock. It just comes off the shin in the end. Wobbles the ball down. Guilfoy, who's been really busy in this game for Tanunda, turns the ball over though to Nikolai. A long way from home. Gets it ahead. Gilchrist. They go 1-2, the key forwards. And comes off the back of the defender over the boundary.
Yeah, nicely done there from Tanunda to force a stoppage there. Good bit of pressure My observation.
Oh, it's a perfect observation. They've been... their pressure definitely needs to pick up. Obviously conceding the first 2 goals of this quarter. Goals are going to be hard to come by, as it looks like Arnold potentially held on to in the ruck contest.
Yeah, they're going to need to lift here. Game's still in the balance and still right in it.
If you're looking to get something out of Sam Colquhoun as he goes long down the line, now getting a handball out. Martin can wobble a ball inside forward 50, but not before it hits the mud heap in the middle. Schiller's underneath the contest. Whitwer on top of him. Getting out Pisani. Didn't get a boot on it. What's the umpire going to call this? Holding the ball. So McGregor can wobble one up towards the goal. Doesn't quite have the distance covered. Now in the goal square. Players around it and hack through. So umpire's in fact called touched. So not put through for a goal. Goal umpire saying that it was touched on the way through for a minor score. So Sportal scoreboard now reading 2-3-15, 4-7, 31.
That is a big mud slide.
It is incredibly muddy on the old cricket pitches. As underneath it, couldn't quite take it Ryan. Colquhoun, though, dribbles one out the back, and now Schillerbeer, who definitely has the cleanest Guernsey on the ground, playing at full forward. Spills out the back, Watson. Schillerbeer off the ground. Goes across the face of goal. Stays in. Tanunda still an opportunity here. Comes out the back, and now they can compose themselves through Nathan Barch. Has some options out wide. Marini.
You'd almost be straight into showers after a mudslide like that.
Oh, absolutely. And you look up and you think, geez, I've still got a quarter and a half to play in this mess. It's a centre wing. Knocked straight down. Bailey Smith at the front of the contest. Does pick it up, but not before a stoppage. In fact, potentially a free kick here. No, umpire says we're going to ball it up. So in the ruck, Hart swaps out for Falkenberg. Handball comes out now. South Gawler through Murch. Pop a high ball up the wing. Barrow underneath it. Jeez.
Courage there.
Incredible courage. Spills out the back. Jeez, crashed straight in the back of Barch and rightfully given a free kick.
Looks like his pop is lowered back there. That'll be a job for Brad Bain, physio midweek.
Yeah, he does a good job, doesn't he? And I perform. Yeah, absolutely.
He's not pulled up too well from that contest.
Bit of push and shove as well, so he's not going to take the kick. Instead, Flynn Pisani, the vice-captain, will hand it off to Lockie Arnold.
Nice little wobbler / torp.
Wobbles the torp inside forward 50, comes down the front. Forward 50 stoppage here for South. So goal scorers, an update in this one. Marcus Barrow with 3 for South Gawler, 1 for Cody Gilchrist, and 1 each to Adam Schiller and Darren Schillerbeer. The first 2 goals of the game going the way of the Magpies. As we see some guys out there. Hamish Martin, number 45, just off the back of this contest, coming in now. Absolutely caked in mud. Unrecognisable as it gets knocked down. I guess not completely unrecognisable. I could tell what his name is. As it comes down. Now, in the ruck contest once again, Hall, and another stoppage.
It's definitely turning into a bit of a scrap here, which we love to see in the country footy. Would you call this country footy?
Look, it depends what you call Gawler as a town, but definitely the BLG League is a country footy league. Like, if you ask the people from the Barossa, they will tell you no, that Gawler is not, but they're all in one league, and I would absolutely classify it as that. And this footy ground right now is definitely a country footy ground.
Absolutely. Yeah, the cricket boys will be cringing at the state of that middle there.
Hack straight out, right up the middle of the ground. Comes free and going to get onto it first. A short ball out wide. Finds O'Leary Chen. So Just an abundance of options. Just about every player on the field ahead of him here inside forward 50. Gets thumped out the back. Getting to it first for Sam Colquhoun. Seems to have a little bit more time than everyone else on the field. Can't get to it though, Trainer, and a free kick. Last touch.
He's almost slid into the car park there, but he's pulled up.
Yeah, a few poor patrons there sitting in their deck chairs. Nearly got a little more than they paid for. Dougal Grieve, who's been pretty good down back this season for Tanunda, was one of my best when I called him a couple of weeks ago against Williston. Goes down the line, and sitting in front was Arnold, thumped it over the boundary.
Now this boundary umpire here has been thrown in some good ones, so let's see if he gives the ruckman a good crack at it here.
Boundary umpires here today, Mason Coombe, Hayden Irma's back, and Lewis Sander, and look at that perfect form. Brilliant, and tapped down well as well. Marley McGregor right off the front of the contest, and a good mark taken by Darren Shillerbeer. Not paid though, it seems. Maybe called touch on the way through. Couldn't quite get the handball away, and now South Gawler looking to win the ball back. O'Leary Chen gets to it first, and umpire says it's going to be high. Free kick going the way of the Lions. So, Marika O'Leary Chen, his debut was last week. Had a pretty good game so far in his second A-grade game. Finds Thorpe. Goes longer down the line, and now the pack forms underneath it, but a good mark taken by Guilfoy.
Didn't quite have the kick to follow up the heroics in the mark there. And now the ball's in the skew. And that should be holding the ball. Could have been either way, maybe hold in the back. But the umpire's gone in the way of Tanunda.
So now, close to the boundary. Getting out, Hamish Martin, stolen away by Jaden Gurney, and called for a throw. So Gurney takes it on centre wing. Has an option through the middle of the ground. Risky kick, nearly stolen away by McGregor. They stay with it though, the Lions, and move it through hand, but intercepted Dougal Grieve. Oh, geez, maybe should have popped some mayo on that Dougal. He would have won a 25.
A WWE move there almost, wasn't it? Just sort of climbed onto him.
Hung off his neck just about. Handball over the top. And now down the line, White gets knocked down. Cowham wrapped up, but a whistle come right before that tackle, and a free kick going the way of the Magpies to Groggy Pryor. Another one of those Samful experienced players, 74 state league games for the Dogs down the road. Hall comes crashing through, put his head over the peel. A stoppage. So you've been out to South Gawler a few times, Jim? I've seen in your content.
I used to play cricket out here.
There you go.
Years ago, B grader. So
Yep.
I never cracked the A grade, but I did hit a 82 not out in the C grade actually.
Oh,
not
jeez.
on this ground, but it was
Yeah.
just up at Darren Lehman Oval up the road.
Oh, geez, there you go.
6 over that house on the far side.
Oh,
There's a little.
just a bit of Jim Brady tidbit. I love that. That's brilliant. Jeez, oh, absolutely. There's always some time for that. It goes out wide. Trying to get to it first. Murch gets there. Brilliant tackle from Parker. Good one-on-one contest. Good commitment from both players.
Made him know he was there, and the umpire making the right decision there.
I mentioned before, Will Parker, 159 games on his Play HQ. Every single one of them for Tanunda, through the juniors and the seniors. That is commitment.
That is loyal. A loyal man.
Spills out the back. Handball through. Spills through Filkey. Picking it up was Pryor and wobbling a ball up towards their forward 50. Going close to the boundary and eventually spilling over. Going to be hurled back in. Right in front of the South Gawler bench.
Yeah, key possession here for Tanunda to try and hopefully kick a snag for the sake of the contest.
Definitely time's not against them at this stage, but certainly a goal or two in this third quarter will do them some favours. Spills out the back, getting to it first was Gilchrist. Spills it. Hall ducks his head into the contest. Umpire made the right call.
Yeah, I believe so. Very nicely done there from the umpire.
Umpires today, Hudson Nowak, Nigel Turner and John McGann. Nice high ball up there as well. Allows the ruckman to get to it. Falkenberg down to Cowham.
tell you what, the umpires are certainly doing a lot better job than the ones in the Socceroos game earlier today. Couldn't do much worse than those mob, could they?
No, well, we'll wait and see if at the 20-25 minute mark of this fourth quarter, if they don't start cramping up and need assistance.
We might have a hydration break there.
Yeah, we might. So, comes back to O'Leary Chen, maybe a little too far out the score with a wet and heavy ball. Looks to be finding an option inside forward 50. Dart of a kick. Intercepted though. Brilliant kick and brilliant mark in defence for the Maggies, taken by Josh Thompson.
Yeah, in those situations you should just go for the torp and try and get it right down the guts, but that's a nice mark there.
Yeah, brilliant mark taken with a bit of heat closing. So the Maggies want to switch it across. Rare here in this game to switch across the ground, but it's in the safe hands of Roon Guilfoyle.
Bit of fundamentals coming into this muddy field. There we go.
And kicked it right into the man on the mark. Smart handball over the top. Gilchrist, geez, this would be special. Gets close, couldn't quite get it there. The big man with the spoil. Geez, that would have been special, Jim.
That would have been goal of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Easily. Maybe even goal of the year.
Oh, geez, yeah, big call, but I agree with you, absolutely. So 4-8-32, 2-3-15 on the Sportal scoreboard.
Tanunda bringing it back in from defensive 50. Looks like they're coming down the commentary side of the ground.
A high ball up close to the boundary. In fact, it's going to carry the boundary.
Into the car park. Well, it didn't because the mud sort of prevented it.
So now 21 minutes gone into this third quarter. Gilchrist right off the line, pops one up. Dangerous position here, waiting for the leapers, and taking a mark is captain Jackson Press. He gets a set shot right in front, trying to put through the third of this third quarter for South Gawler.
Yeah, you got no mail on Jackson Press, or haven't got anything to say other than the fact that he's the captain. So he's you'll know that.
Of course, Samful experience across two clubs.
AFL, did you say?
No, just Sam Colquhoun's the only AFL representative. As he pops it through for a goal, but Jackson Press, he's a brilliant player, brilliant bloke as well. Got injured last year in round 6 against Angus and only come back a few weeks ago. This is just his third A-grade game of the year, the captain, and playing a role up forward. Hasn't really had his time in the midfield at this stage, but certainly proving to have an impact. 2 goals on the season, that is second.
Yeah, they seem to have a quite competent engine room himself, so probably not a bad option putting him up forward and letting the boys slug it out, especially on a day like today.
But you can't see it on the camera, but what I've got in front of us here, Jim, is obviously all the goal scorers throughout the season and the spread of goal scorers throughout the South Gawler side. There's only about 5 players or so that are playing in their side today that haven't got on the score sheet. I've mentioned it on the show for Behind the Barrel throughout the season. They can score from their wingers, their half-backs, their midfield, all around the ground. And their versatility can really just... It gets to this stage of games where bodies are tired and they can rotate and just have that advantage over their opposition.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have, definitely. I wonder if any of the backs have any goals this year, but probably not. But something they can work on midweek.
So now, Holloway winning a free kick. Been one of their star recruits this season. Moves it off through hands. He's been fantastic in this quarter as well. Drops a kick inside forward 50, but taking a good intercept mark is Roon Guilfoyle, who's been fantastic and wins himself 25 as well. Late stages here of this third quarter. South Gawler with a 25-point advantage on the Sportal scoreboard. They go long into the middle of the ground. Good mark taken by Pryor. Pop a short ball into the forward 50. Standing in front was McGregor, and he was collected a little high.
He's done well to earn that free kick. Got himself in front of the defender and earned the sharing on this occasion.
Well, you've got to make the defender beat you when you get into that position 1A right at the start. As a kick over the top gets intercepted. Bullock did well to thwart it away and clear the defensive 50, and a well-weighted kick over the top to Barreau. Looked to play on quickly to Press, kept his feet well, danced around a couple as well as including his opposing number in Bailey Smith. Handballs it back, Press, the fend off.
Lovely display of Dusty Martin there.
Gets it back. He'll have a crack. It's going to come back though, free kick. going to Tanunda.
Was it a high fender?
Yeah, so they called it a high fend-off. I didn't look like it live, but
It looked quite,
looked in the
quite
chest.
articulate.
Yeah, looked right. Dusty was the right comparison to make, as there was a 25-metre penalty paid.
Either a Dusty or a Harley Reid, take your pick.
Yeah, absolutely. Who doesn't mind one is Paddy Voss as well. There's over the back, Kershaw with a little tunnelling ball underneath. Don't know if Kershaw's changed his Guernsey or not, but that looks a little too white for me at this stage. Get in the mud. Falkenberg. Yeah, and just a little bit too much force in the ruck. Free kick going the way of Aiden Nicolai. They move it back through hands, now have to get out of danger. Falkenberg knocking some players over behind play. Long down the line, you hear the slop of the mud. Not sure if that's picked up in our microphones as Hall's wrapped up immediately.
Certainly not my microphone. We'll amend that at 3/4 time. Speak of.
There you go, three-quarter time right on cue. 5-8-38, 2-3-15. South Gawler take the advantage in the third quarter. Game not over though. Can Tanunda come back in? Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter coming right up.
Our name is derived from the Greek prefix, macro, large. From the day we were born, this has been a promise for the future. We have grown through dedication, sweat, self-denial, faithful to our mission of being on the side of those who put themselves on the line. Through our name, we celebrate the greatness of those who believe there are no obstacles higher than their dreams. The courage to get back up after falling. The obstinacy of believing until the end. These are the values embedded in our logo. The Macron Hero. It's a celebration of sacrifice and tenacity. Up until your personal victory. Until your arms are in the sky. Become your own hero.
Final quarter coming right up here at South Gawler Oval. It's been a wet day up until about an hour and a half ago. The blue skies have opened up, however this deck is really, really muddy. And what is currently a 25-point advantage for South Gawler is much larger than it seems, given the low-scoring nature of this contest, as we've got a dog park going behind us. So, midfielders ready to go. A quick update from around the grounds for blgfa.com.au. Freeling currently with a 26-point advantage over Gawler Central. Currently just about to go to three-quarter time there. Nuri, 32-point advantage over Williston at Nuri Oval. And Angerson, 51-28 over Kapunda. Maybe a surprise there, Kapunda looking like they may lose their second game of the season. So, free kick paid here on the outer side. My name's Lewis McKenna, joined by one and only Jim Brady.
Yeah, we're into the last quarter here, and I think both teams definitely right in this contest.
Shillabir now wheels around from the paint of 50, rolls one up towards the goal square. He's juggling it was Pryor, couldn't quite wheel it in, and now spilling out the back. Arnold tries to tunnel a handball out the back. Watson does well to put some pressure on the boundary. Rips the ball away as well. Ball's still live here, spilling free. Eventually, boundary line beating them all. And this stoppage here, Jim, you feel this next kind of minute or two for Tanunda are incredibly important.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they'll be looking to put one through the big sticks here and sort of get back into the contest, but I'm sure South will be trying everything they can to stop that and get one down the other end.
Momentum is everything. It spills out the back, hacked out of the pack by Watson, going close to goal.
And I think that's the free kick.
Yeah, has been paid a free kick here, so it was after the play. I think Watson was potentially knocked down afterwards. In fact, Shillabir was held onto prior to getting it. He'll pop through an easy one. In fact, the umpire says that he's going to have to go back over the mark. So, Shillabir. I'm actually not sure what's going on here. I'm not sure the umpires are completely aware of what's going on. A lot of finger pointing.
Yeah, I think it's a free kick for Tanunda.
Yeah, it is to Darren Shillabir. I think he was told that it wasn't his free kick. Now it is going back to Shillabir. So he did originally pop it through for a goal. The umpire said he wasn't over his mark. So they've popped him right over near the boundary. In fact, not quite at the boundary. So it should just be an easy shot from Shillabir. Now I've got some numbers to roll through for you in a moment here, Jim, as it's a really important goal put through by the big number 20.
And straight into the car park, and 6 points for Tanunda.
Really important, 3-3-21, 5-8-38. He's got one of the most impressive Play HQ profiles I've just about ever seen. He kicks his second goal of the afternoon to move him to 16 on the season. This is just his 5th game on the season. He's a FIFO worker, goes up and plays for the Miners in Roxby League. He's played 3 games up there. He's kicked 20 goals in those 3 games. So in his time playing, he's kicked 1,024 goals on his Play HQ. 943 of those are in senior competitions.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Not sure how someone pulls that off in their lifetime, never mind 10-year footy career.
Yeah, it's incredible numbers. So,
and all A-grade games, no doubt.
Oh, absolutely. He's played across a variety of leagues, the Hills Footy League. I believe he's, of course, been playing up north as well and just dominating up there, averaging near on 7 goals a game. He also had a bag of 8 earlier this season versus Freeling. He's having a pretty good afternoon on what is a tough one for a key forward.
Yeah, reminiscence of the defenders that used to have to play on Tony Lockett, Jason Dunstall, etc., and Fraser Garrick.
You just never really have to... Never step a foot wrong, those sorts of players. They know where the goals are as hack off the ground. It's going to go over near the boundary. Bit of a foot race to the ball, but boundary will lead them all. And a free kick here going the way of the Maggies. Oh, geez, and not sure exactly what happened there. Not sure if it was off the side of the boot, out of bounds, so gets the ball back to Cody Gilchrist. Will most likely send the ball deep into attack here for the Lions. Looking to cancel out that early goal from Shillabir.
Very nice centering ball.
Goes across the line, dangerous position. Holloway on top of the ball for South Gawler. A stoppage. So important 5 to 10 minutes in this one. Taken straight out of the contest, handball goes out wide. Bo Ryan gets onto it first, works his way around, gets the handball out wide. Gurney from the pocket, pops it
That's
up.
a lovely kick.
He's nearly got it online. Just punched through for Guilfoyle.
Could have put a few heads down from Tanunda if he slotted that one, so you almost feel that was the sealer, even though it is very early in this last quarter.
The goals are so hard to come by, Jim. I think you're probably right. As Colquhoun changes his mind late, goes across to the outer side. Much drier there as Smith flicks the ball down the line, but South Gawler with a little bit of time to go back inside forward 50, back where the pack is. Guilfoyle comes crashing through, punches it down. South Gawler still have the numbers. Marini can pop the ball up towards goal and wobbles it way wide. Through for a minor score, just sneaking in from behind.
Yeah, 5 goals, 9, so that is 4 goals in the favour of South Gawler now, which is going to be a hard way back for Tanunda.
So popping up the ball into the corridor.
Good mark.
Good mark, really good mark.
It might be a free kick for... it is.
Pretty stiff, they've let a bit go today, the umpires, and free kick paid here to Tom Lewis.
Just the momentum going the way of South Gawler, and those free kicks tend to go that way as well, as we...
Nikolai had a crack at it, spills out the back, and now near the goal line. Holloway not allowing his defender to go anywhere. Will Parker. Important here, a lot of players around the footy. 15 to 20 players within 15 metres. Nikolai right into the back of Falkenberg. A little too aggressive. Falkenberg will go long down the line. Pat White sitting in the right spot for this. Floating in, couldn't quite hang on to the mark. Spills free, and now Ryan put it right back. Repeat inside forward. 50 entries here for South Gawler. Put the pressure on. And it looks like we might get another stoppage laying on top of it. Umpire says, give it to me, we'll ball it up once again.
Yeah, the umpire's certainly getting their fair share of ball ups throughout this game. Keeping them honest.
I reckon they're putting to fair use. Once again, not going anywhere. So Barrow went up in the contest, spills out, Holloway spills back out. And now a chance to pop one up in front of goal. Press is there. And floating in front, Rune Guilfoyle, who's been fantastic for Tanunda down back. Unsurprising that he's a league representative, zone representative in recent seasons. Colquhoun goes out wide. Shillabir's there. Gets to the ground, tries to keep it in. Or 1-on-2 there. They both went to ground. South Gawler.
Nice deflection.
Yeah, it was a good deflection. Pokes it down and centre wing a stoppage. Oh. They're an opportunity here, Tanunda. We're now looking at 3 goals, we're probably 4 scores away.
Crazier things have happened.
Absolutely.
You just feel if they get one comes to.
The game just needs to open up for them, though. Very, very contested at the moment. Obviously, tired legs will do that, and the state of the ground as well. So it's up against them. They've got an opportunity. Holloway thought he got away with it. Boundary umpire says no, we'll hurl it in. The boundary umpires today, Mason Coombe, Hayden Ummersback and Lewis Sander. 6 changes in this game for Tanunda. Going up against the undefeated top of the ladder. Certainly giving them a good fight. Still in the contest. Hamish Martin got barrelled into.
Any debuts for Tanunda today?
Yeah, one debut. Peter Rossi has been out there, number 59 for the Magpies.
Ah, very nice.
With the 6 changes, there's of course always bound to be some newbies coming in, and got a few players that haven't played too many A-grade games as well. One of those, Noah Schultz, has played 8 A-grade games. Nash Riley, just the 9. Spills out, handle is good, and now Gurney pop one in towards forward 50, spills out the back, and this is where it can be dangerous. Roon Guilfoy, though, the right player for Tanunda to dribble one out towards the boundary, had the perfect weight on it. Douse gets there, but not before the boundary line.
South Gawler doing a good job keeping it in their forward half in this last quarter. Definitely going to be the key to winning this contest.
I don't think, as much as obviously scoreboard pressure is important, I don't think they'll be too fussed with the way they're playing this game. Just holding Tanunda at arm's length is important for them, as Gilchrist on the outside of the boot, only as far as Bailey Smith.
Yeah, it's almost like parking the bus in your forward half. It's in this sort of conditions, definitely a very favourable tactic.
Tony Popovich against Turkey special gym.
A few World Cup references this stream.
It's the flavour at the moment. I will actually shout out, I don't know if he's watching back home in the middle of the night, but Zed Brewer for Tanunda is actually over in the States. He's missing today, over in the States watching the World Cup. I'd imagine he'd probably be in some sort of state at the moment where he's either asleep or incapable of watching the stream. Might have had a good night over the World Cup. Stop him.
Yeah, I think that's the things with Aussies. Even if they lose a game, I think they're going to still have a good night. So,
and as a lot of these clubs do as well.
Absolutely.
Good functions, no doubt about it, at their clubs later tonight after they, no doubt. It goes over the boundary. And arm wrestle here continues. Just the one goal in this fourth quarter. Now just shy of 11 minutes gone. So held back in. Arnold in the ruck against Hart. Gets knocked straight down. A whistle's been blown. A free kick to the Magpies. And it looks like we've got a 25 metre as well. Given straight back to Hart. So Tom Falkenberg will take his last sit of this final quarter. Long down the line, over the hands of Wright. Pryor takes an important mark and looks to go quickly before the cavalry arrive. Goes inside forward 50, but they don't have the numbers set up perfectly well. South Gawler mark taken by Max Kershaw.
Just sitting in the hole quite nicely there, wasn't he?
Perfectly positioned, well drilled as well. They go over the top, Bo Ryan. Trying to find a target with centre wing. Good pickup with a muddy footy as well. Goes back to Ryan, and he unloads a torque. Going inside forward 50 with Bailey Smith. Just like they did up the other end, South Gawler takes good intercept mark.
Good to see a nice end-to-end passage of play here.
Tanunda finding Darren Shillaby, but they prefer to have him a little closer to home. Just struggling to find some short options, so they're forced to go down the line. Good mark taken by Dougal Grieve. Typically does his best work in defence. This one is still a little too far out to score. So pops one inside forward 50, looking for Pryor. McGregor was there as well. They spoiled each other. And stoppage deep in attack for the Maggies.
Yeah, you feel they got to kick a goal here. As starting to...
Time's getting away from him a little bit.
That is correct. That's the words I was looking for.
Right. Help you on your commentary debut, Jim. You're doing a brilliant job as well. As Hall takes it straight out, pops a high ball up, sitting underneath it, Gilchrist. On Gurney under the contest, you heard the crunch from the commentary box, and on the paint of the centre square, another stoppage. South Gawler, every time that ball goes inside the forward 50 to Tanunda, it seems to be coming out a little too easy. Spills free. Now Ryan out the back, hands it off Whitler.
That's a nice talk.
pops a foot into it and goes out wide to a one-on-one contest. Silky just looks to get any real estate he possibly can, and that's fitting given he is a real estate agent. First time I've used that one this season. I knew I was going to go to it again. He did kick it out of bounds. Even some of the best real estate agents run out of room. Kick over the top. Oh, geez, big fly from Barossa. Couldn't quite pull down the mark. And it's going to be hurled back in right between the benches here for both sides. They've got a lot of players that can float, do a bit of work down back, go up forward, kick some goals, play in the guts as well. And this an important kick. Really put some doubt on the game if you can put this through. A wet and heavy ball, doesn't quite have the distance, comes over the back. Geez, a big fly from Holloway, couldn't reel it down. Now a handball out the back of the contest, ball's in dispute. Gilchrist picks it up cleanly with one hand, set upon immediately. Ryan tries to hack it out of the contest. Spills out, and now Guilfoyle, who's been excellent in this game, definitely Tanunda's best, finds Shillabir. Pops a kick over the top. Finds a short target in Lachlan Morris. Goes long to centre wing. Guilfoyle underneath it, has worked hard to get there. Pops a kick over the top, and now a foot race. Should be one here, but gee, he's got some wheels on him. If you can get there in time, one-on-one, Whitwer, close down.
Yeah, well done. Well sorted out between the South Gawler boys.
Right.
He's got a man on here.
Pat White does well. Take the mark, sliding down on his knees.
Yeah, he's going to
over the top.
He's going to be straight in the showers after this one.
Absolutely. Some of them are a little more muddy than others, aren't they? So, just looking to control possession here. Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
We're slipping over. No one really near him, so he's got time to recover. McGregor near him.
Just stat padding these boys. Reminds
Pops one into the middle to O'Leary Chen. This is just chewing away valuable time for Tanunda. Goes to centre wing, sitting in the corner. Geez, ripping mark taken by Grieve. And Marcus Barrow just holding him up for a few valuable seconds as South Gawler look to flood the defence. They go down the line. White sitting underneath it, takes a good grab and plays on immediately. Pat White's had a good couple minutes. Guernsey completely unrecognisable. We can barely tell what team he's playing for. Handball through Gurney. Gets it through to Ryans.
Oh, gee. Yeah, that is a very muddy patch there.
Arnold.
Yeah, yours? Does it know which one?
Hart. Ryan. Chips it out wide. Whitwer holds onto it. And again, we'll just be looking to compose. Jones as Parker takes it out the back. Be wrapped up.
Very good sour worms, these ones. Howdy. Very nice.
While we're talking about some local businesses, why don't we go over South Gawler's sponsors? Doing a brilliant job bringing the footy to your eyes and ears. All equipment hire, custom conveyancing, customised pest control, Press Building Solutions, Macca's Gawler, Elders Real Estate, Kingsford Hotel, Gianetto Family Hotels, SA Removal and Freight, the game. Hoon wobbles the ball inside forward 50 and McGregor takes a mark and looks to hustle back quickly.
Definitely in a scoring position here. Should be regulation, but we'll see.
The season.
Yeah, got up over St Mary's in the NTFL. Very good.
Comfortable win in the end as well.
It was.
50 or 60 points. So
it was.
Back in the middle.
Apologise again.
Apologies for the break in audio as well in this final quarter. Apparently also the microphone's not appreciating the mud and the rain. We're back on air for the most important part of this contest. Tanunda through Marley McGregor, getting right back into this one, but we're now just ticked into stoppage time. A few goals kicked here in this final quarter, so you expect a bit more time. Still 3 kicks away though, Tanunda. They'll need a goal pretty quickly out of this stoppage to give themselves any chance. South Gawler yet to put them away. Arnold in the face of Falkenberg, and he did take it in off the contest. Given the benefit of the doubt. Very much benefit of the doubt, that one. Contentious. Yeah, top one right in the face there, Falkenberg. Martin was there, couldn't quite pick it up. Colhoun, Filkey trying to break through, took on the tackler, dropped the ball, not paid. A lot of players in this contest, understandable if the umpire can't quite pick up who's got the ball at any given time. Pulls it even and says we'll ball it up once again. Falkenberg spills it out the back, and now Holloway picks it up cleanly. Can't quite get any purchase on the footy. About 10 metres away from where it last was. Another stoppage. I reckon the umpires should get together, Jim, and just go for a big slide in the middle of it. Just to join in with the players, get themselves muddy.
I think they should, personally.
Just for the love of the game, really.
Yeah. They're not getting as covered as in the mud as the players, which is a bit upsetting. For all involved, really.
No, I think absolutely they should get themselves involved in the mud and
make them earn their money.
Well, I mean, drink responsibly, but it would actually make them frothy at the end of the game. So, the umpires here today, Hudson Nowak, Nigel Toner and John McGann. I do highly doubt that they'll go for a slide in the mud, but it'd be great to see. Spills out the back, Hamish Martin jumps straight on top on a stoppage. Bailey Filkey, who's had a pretty busy fourth quarter underneath. Of course, don't go anywhere at the end of this game. We'll have the presentation of the Archie Stongs Player of the Game, getting a pair of Archie Stongs and a filming footy beanie. Handball out the back, Parker pops one up high, just inside forward 50. Marley McGregor had Pat White closing hard, gets the fist away. Just the conditions of this ground, although Tanunda are trying, just makes it a bit too difficult to get back into this one.
Yeah, and there it goes. That is the final siren. We have South Gawler 5-10-40, Tanunda 4-3-27. So, yeah.
Proper arm wrestle of a game, wasn't it, Jim? You were here right from the start of the contest, and that was a hard-fought game. It was just that little bit of separation that South Gawler got in that third quarter that proved to be the difference. Absolutely.
I think if it was a drier condition game, it could have been a lot closer in terms of maybe gone down to the last possession, but definitely two teams that could see each other in finals footy later in the year.
I'm going to throw this one to you, not to throw you under the bus. I'm going to give you a suggestion of who I think it was. Three-quarter time we spoke about it, our player of the game. Marcus Barrow kicked 3 goals out of their 5. I think he was pretty important. Do you have any other suggestions for our player of the game?
Well, I'll go with that because you're keeping your eye on that sort of side of things a bit more so.
He was brilliant, Marcus, bro. He's a player that's, of course, come across from the Dogs. He's kicked 3, one of which was a brilliant goal where he took on 2 defenders at once and did a pretty good job. But shout out to a few other players. Darren Shillabeer and Room Guilfoyle were good for the Maggies. Jaden Gurney was great. Joel Holloway was great. So thank you so much, though, Jim. Really
Not a problem.
Coming in. I've got to get out there and do my interview.
Yeah.
Really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me. Anytime.
Don't go anywhere. Post-game interview coming right up.
Someone do it.